Is a scarcity mindset stopping you from building wealth? How many people do you know who have it all? A great career, a wonderful family, money, the dream house, and yet they don't seem happy? Maybe it's someone you know personally. Maybe it's you. Sometimes we can get so caught up in the fear of losing something if we don't work hard enough to keep it, or we get so fixated on the idea that we don't have enough of something that the fear consumes us and prevents us from enjoying what we do have. That's what's called a scarcity mindset. Our feelings don't always reflect the reality of our situation, but they often shape our reality. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. That's why we need to be careful about our mindset in every area of our lives. But in this video, I want to talk specifically about having a scarcity mindset when it comes to money, what it looks like, why it's dangerous, and how you can go from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, which will help you to build wealth, success, and happiness. Hey, I'm Britt, co-founder of Dow Janes and money coach. If you want to learn more about how to build wealth, including the mindset necessary to do so, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. What does it mean to have a scarcity mindset when it comes to your finances? A scarcity mindset means that you're so obsessed with the lack of something that you can't appreciate how much you actually have. A scarcity mindset doesn't mean that you're struggling financially. In fact, people who are extremely well off can still have a scarcity mindset. Someone once asked John D. Rockefeller, one of the richest men in American history, whose fortune far outshone Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, how much was enough? And he answered, just a little bit more. People who have a scarcity mindset often find themselves saying things like, I never get what I want. I don't have enough money. I can't do it. It meaning paying off debt, investing, buying a house. If you're living with a scarcity mindset around money, it's important to take steps to correct it so you can start living with abundance. If you can't already tell, let's just answer specifically. Why does having a scarcity mindset hurt you? A scarcity mindset can take a severe toll on your mental health. It limits your brain function. It actually limits your ability to solve problems, hold information, and reason logically. It affects your decision-making ability, and it makes impulse control harder. So let's talk about the opposite of a scarcity mindset, what's known as an abundance mindset. What is an abundance mindset? Living in abundance means recognizing the endless potential in yourself and others. It frees you up from fear and self-imposed constraints. When you expand your perspective and develop an abundance mindset, you open your life up to infinite opportunities. Someone with an abundance mindset thinks big. They lean into personal development and growth. They face life with optimism, and they embrace a spirit of generosity. People with an abundance mindset believe in self-improvement, which makes them much more likely to succeed in their personal, professional, and financial life, especially compared to people with a scarcity mindset. See, a scarcity mindset causes you to believe that nothing can be done to change the situation. So why would you try? Abundance mindset, on the other hand, believes anything is possible, so why not try? If you want your journey to financial wellness to be successful, the first thing you have to do is get your mindset right. And that's what I'm gonna talk about in this video. How do you do that? How do you develop an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset? Here are some tips for doing so. These are going to sound familiar, and there's a reason that they're out there. It's because they work. Okay, so number one is focus on what you have, not what you don't. When you're really focused on something, you block out everything else. Think about when you're so focused on scrolling through TikTok that you literally can't do anything else except scroll. Just me? That's what it's like when your mind is hyper-focused. You can't see anything else. The other reason that this is important is because what you focus on dictates how you feel. Have you ever seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life? Do you remember the part where George Bailey is standing on a bridge thinking about jumping? And then Clarence the angel swoops in and shows him everything good in his life. George was so caught up in his current troubles that he forgot to look around and see how great his life really was, and how much better he made everyone else's life. We do the same thing when we focus on the negative, on what's going wrong in our lives. So when you find yourself daydreaming about all the things you don't have, take some time to focus on the things you do have. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your friends, maybe you have a good job, maybe it's sunny outside today. Whatever it is that you can think about with gratitude, with a positive mindset of what you actually do have, that will begin to shift your mindset. Speaking of gratitudes, one easy way to start noticing what you have is actually keeping a gratitude journal. This is proven over and over again to work. So every morning what you do is you write down 3 to 5 things. Maybe even just do 1 to 3 if you're having trouble getting started. 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for or you're looking forward to. If that's still too much, you're like, I can't even write things down. I'm too stuck in what's going wrong. You can adopt my toothbrushing gratitude practice. And this is, while you're brushing your teeth, bring to mind 3 things you're grateful for. You don't even have to write them down, you just have to think about them. So after focusing on the good and feeling grateful, the second thing you can do is surround yourself with positive people. Whether you realize it or not, the people in your life have a huge impact on your mindset and on your future. Have you heard the adage that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with? Well, it's true. We pick up the beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, and habits of the people we surround ourselves with. So when we hang out with pessimistic, negative Nellies, it rubs off on us. In that context, we can easily lose the confidence and drive that we need to meet our goals. So with that in mind, choose to surround yourself with positive people who believe in you, who will cheer you on to reach your goals, celebrate your successes, and offer encouragement when things inevitably don't progress as smoothly or as quickly as you'd like. And if your best friends are holding you back, maybe it's time for a frank conversation. You could say something like, hey, I've decided that this is going to be my financial turning point, and I'm going to need some support on this journey. Can I count on you to help me stay focused on my goals and believe that they're possible for me? Enroll your friends in what you're looking for. All right, the next tactic is to start rewiring problems into opportunities. The other day, I was headed on a weekend trip with some friends, and we had way too much stuff to fit in the trunk. But instead of seeing it as a problem, I saw it as an opportunity to practice my excellent, may I say, packing skills. I pulled everything out, I rearranged it, and it fit. It was tight, but it fit. That's seeing a problem and turning it into an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to try a new skill set on. One of the challenges of having a scarcity mindset is that it's easy to get stuck on problems. It's easy to get bogged down with a victim mentality instead of this growth mindset of looking for solutions. So when the next challenge arises, try to rewire your brain and look for the opportunity in it instead of focusing on the obstacle. All right, this one matters a lot. Make time for things that boost your mood. We talk about the importance of self-care a lot around here. And if a manicure or a spa day or reading a good book will help you relax, de-stress, or feel better about yourself, do it. Do whatever will help you break out of your negative mindset so you can start approaching your finances with positivity. But I want to mention 2 things that we often overlook and are proven to release feel-good hormones and help you stay mentally and emotionally grounded. The first is exercise. Our bodies were not made, surprise, surprise, to just sit and stare at a computer or scroll on our phones or lay on the couch binging Netflix. We were made to move, and exercise has a huge impact on your mindset. It decreases depression and anxiety and releases endorphins. It energizes you, builds up your immune system, and can even help your brain function and memory. I'm not saying that you need to join a CrossFit gym, but maybe make an effort to leave space for some joyful movement every day. Go for a walk, roller skate, dance. Personally, I like to start my morning with Kundalini Yoga on the Glow app, and I love it. It's not too hard, but it gets me moving. Do whatever feels good for you. Second, make time for the people who mean the most to you. Sometimes we forget to include other people in our self-care routine. We think of it as alone time or just you. But loved ones remind you that there are more important things in life than money or work or anything else that we tend to get overly focused on. These are the people who have always been there for you and helped you become the person you are today. And spending time with them helps you stay grounded. So don't forget to reach out once in a while and reconnect. As I'm telling you this, it's a great reminder for me to call my dad. All right, commit to a weekly money ritual. This is the 5th one, and this is really important. This is an element of the $1 Million Year that we talk about all the time. And the reason it's so important is because this weekly money ritual is a space for you to start changing your mindset. So for context, a scarcity mindset comes from your emotions, and emotions aren't always reliable. What you need to focus on instead are the facts. So the weekly money ritual is a chance for you to focus on the facts of your finances. If you choose to do this, what you would do is spend an hour each week paying attention to your finances. That could be things like reviewing your bank statements or your credit card transactions, looking at how much money is entering and leaving your account every week. This could be calling Comcast and trying to lower your internet bill. Whatever it is, it's focusing on the reality of your financial situation rather than this imagined worst case world that might exist in your head. I'm gonna say that again because it's so important. Staying grounded in the reality of your financial situation will help prevent you from building up a narrative in your head that you need to save, or make more and more and more. It'll empower you to make the best fact-based financial decisions and hopefully allow you to enjoy your life along the way. The good news is that managing your money doesn't have to be painful. With this weekly money ritual, what we have our members do is create a pleasant environment by lighting candles or listening to music, or rewarding yourself afterwards with chocolate or your favorite show. If you want some ideas on creating a weekly money ritual that you would look forward to, be sure to check out the video we've done. I'll leave a link to it in the description. All right, to recap, the first step to achieving financial success is having the right mindset. I can't say it enough. The mindset determines everything. You can't make positive changes in your financial situation until you start transforming your negative thoughts and relationship with money. Your mindset is like the steering wheel for your finances. Until it's pointed in the right direction, you're just gonna be wasting a lot of time going in the wrong direction. So tell me in the comments, what are you going to do today to start moving from scarcity to abundance? It could be spending some time every morning thinking about the good things in your life. Could be calling up an old friend or committing to a weekly money ritual. What is it that you're gonna do? All right, thanks so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.